Hey everyone, JJB here, back with some more VGC18 Wi-Fi Battles. Still using the same team as we were using in the last upload on Monday. So that's the Mega Charizard X, Milotic, Tyranitar, Amoongus, lando-t and Naganadel. So yeah, let's just hop on to Battle Spot. Hopefully try and find ourselves an opponent fairly quickly. While I try and choose some music that I like the sound of. What we're going to go with. Mewtwo, sure. I find ourselves an opponent with a rating of 15-12, rocking out with Tapu Lele, Incineroar, Pelipper, Kommo-o, Nidoking and Ludicolo. Now this team really struggles with Kommo-o. I've not got any fairy coverage, and that's obviously something that's incredibly useful. Yeah, very, very useful. So I think what I'm going to do is lead Milotic. If he wants to lead Incineroar to get a fake out, to either go for a free boost with his Kommo-o or a chance to get up Tailwind maybe with the Pelipper, we can get a competitive boost off of that, which will always be nice. And then I think I might go with Naganadel as well. That gives us a chance to get off a Tailwind, which is going to be very useful up against things like the Kommo-o, the Tapu Lele. Of course, if he does lead with his Kommo-o and Incineroar, we might have a bit of a problem, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. This is a really tough matchup for us, to be honest. Yeah, very difficult matchup. I'm going to bring T-Tar in the back, and I think I'm kind of forced to bring Landorus for the Z move on the Kommo-o. It's Flyonium Z. Yeah, something I've been doing, I don't think I mentioned it, but all of my team EV spreads and moves and everything are all going to be listed in the description of the video. So, if you guys want to see what I'm running and stuff, if I don't, explain it as we're going, just scroll down there and you'll be able to see it all. So our opponent leads Nidoking, Ludicolo. And we get a kick off with Milotic and Naganadel. So I assume he's leading Ludicolo here to get his fake out off, and presumably leading with his Nidoking rather than the Pelipper in case we led with Tyranitar. So I think what I'm going to do here is just go for an Icy Wind, and I guess Tailwind. What I'm concerned of is a double up into the Naganadel slot. If he goes fake out an Earth Power, that's really going to be bad for us. But he could also go Thunderbolt into the Milotic. I think I'm going to protect Naganadel. If he fake outs and Earth Powers, then Naganadel will go down. Of course, if he fakes out the Milotic here, then we've got a really bad turn of no pressure. Yeah, and he does go for fake out on the Milotic. We do see Earth Power onto the Naganadel though. And this is good because what it means is we can go for an Icy Wind, and I am just going to fire off a Sludge Bomb. Or Sludge Bomb or Tailwind. I feel like Tailwind's probably going to serve us better in the long run. But if we can KO the Ludicolo, that would be really nice as well. I think I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb. Oh, that's tough. I think Sludge Bomb, if we're going to get the coverage off with the Icy Wind and the speed drops, especially the Earth Power, we're focus sashed, so we're definitely going to stick around. Nice, so he hangs on. So it all depends now whether the Ludicolo doubles into that slot, but we do manage to get our Sludge Bomb off, which does enough damage now where the Icy Wind from our Milotic might be enough to just KO. We saw the Nidoking went first, which tells us that it's scarfed. Which again is really useful information to have. Well, we don't get the KO on the Ludicolo. Yeah, which to be honest I think I might be okay with actually. So I think what we do now is go into Tyranitar, and the thinking here is that if the Nidoking's locked into Earth Power, the hit on the T-Tar is going to be very appealing. That will trigger our weakness policy, which means if we go for a Dragon Dance on this turn, he could always switch out into his Pelipper though, which would get rid of our special defense boost. I'm going to risk it anyway, I think. If we go D-Dance now, we've got an Icy Wind and D-Dance. If he KOs T-Tar, yeah, so he does swap out. If we had Protect, that would have been really nice. Oh, we could have also doubled out into the Landorus, that would have been good as well. Yeah, really good at thinking of the good plays, you know, after the fact. We are fairly bulky, I don't know if we'll survive this. Or only just. But we do get a D-Dance off here, which is really good for us. And hopefully speed drops on both the opponents, which we do. So this is good. So it's going to drop the Nidoking down. If it was Scarfed, the first Icy Wind brought it to its normal speed, and this one's going to reduce it, you know, one level below its normal speed. And our T-Tar is going to boost up. So all we do now is go for a Scald into the Nidoking and a fat Rock Slide. No, Rock Slide could miss. I think we'll just crunch the Pelipper slot. We should outspeed now after the Dragon Dance and the speed drop. So the Pelipper protects. Absolutely fine. We're going to get the KO here on the Nidoking. Milotic should be faster now. Oh, it's not faster. That's very unfortunate. It's had 2 speed drops, man. Like. Okay, well, Milotic gets the KO here. Nidoking goes down. So he's got a very weakened Ludicolo and this Pelipper. If I was him now, I'd go for Fake Out and Tailwind, probably. I think I'm forced to risk Landorus dying here. If we protect, nah, I think I have to Rock Slide. I think I'm forced to, because if he goes for the Fake Out on the Milotic and a Tailwind, then I'm in big trouble. So it's good positioning from our opponent there. Getting the Nidokings without speeding the T-Tar is very frustrating. If I'd have gone for a Rock Slide, it probably would have KO'd the Nidoking. And we've seen no Fake Out, so the Protect would have been the right call there. Oh, so annoying. I had all the right plays in my head, but just the variables were too much. The Pelipper should go for a Tailwind here. And then he's probably going to be able to bring in the kommo-o and proceed to win. So he does get a Tailwind up. If the kommo-o comes in, I'm just going to forfeit, because I'll get, you know, I've got to edit out the Z move for copyright anyway, and I don't think I'll be coming back to win. So, no, we'll see the Incineroar. We still have a chance here then, because we're going to get a competitive boost. He gets to go for a Fake Out and a Hurricane on this turn. So we'll just go for the Scalding Incineroar, but we're not going to get an attack off. And we see a knockoff. Okay, that gets rid of our Berry, which is... Ooh, that did so much damage. That did way more damage than I thought it would. And the Hurricane is enough to just pick up the KO. Jeez, that knockoff did loads. Did a lot more damage than I was expecting it to. That's crazy. Well played to our opponent. Yeah, if we'd have gone for the Protect on the Landorus, how much of the game would be different? Not a whole lot. We'd have KO'd the Ludicolo with the Icy Wind. Pelipper would have still got the Tailwind off. And then on the following turn, they could have both doubled up onto the Milotic still, but the Rock Slide from Landorus would have been super effective on the Incineroar and the Pelipper. So it's possible we could have been able to claw back from that. the thing was there is if the Ludicolo was going to fake out the Milotic, then, which we know it had to fake out, if it faked out the Milotic and we protected with Landorus, then it would have been a free tailwind for our opponent, and they would have been screwed because both his mons would have outsped and been able to, KO if not do huge damage. So I think at that point of the game we just got put into a position where we had to, I had to sort of make calls based on estimated guesses of what might happen. There were too many variables, too many ways our opponent could win that really. But moving on past that, we know what we should have done with hindsight. And we see here that our opponent's rocking out with Arcanine, Latias, Kommo-o, Kangaskhan, Hippowdon, and Articuno. It's a pretty interesting team. You've got sort of 4 mons there, the Arcanine, Latias, Hippowdon, and Articuno that you don't really see in VGC. Arcanine's just a worse Incineroar, Hippowdon's a worse Tyranitar. And speaking of which, T-Tar is looking quite nice here. Again, I really like Milotic as a lead. That's looking really strong. And I think Lando as a lead as well. Get Intimidates off on 4 members of his team, which look to be physical attackers. So that looks to be quite useful. I'm going to bring Amoongus as well. It walls the Kangaskhan quite nicely and as Ice Punch. It can put the Kommo to sleep, Hippowdon to sleep, well, put everything to sleep. Yes, let's go with them, and I think T-Tar as well. Yeah, let's lock that in. I think T-Tar, we've got to be careful of close combat from Arcanine, Will-O-Wisp from Arcanine, low kick from Kangaskhan, close combat or brick break or whatever the Kommo gets. Does it get close combat? I feel like it does, but I might be wrong. I feel like it got close combat in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, didn't it? Because that was one of the reasons it never got used in VGC18. So what we see here is our opponent just going straight up for the Kommo-o Z move. So he wants the Kangaskhan to be able to fake out. So what we do is protect Landorus to make sure it survives, and we go for an Icy Wind with Milotic to try and slow the Kommo down after it gets the Z move off. Like I said in the last game, if the Kommo-o does go for its Z move, I'm going to have to cut that. Which is frustrating, and I'll probably forget in editing. He fakes out the Milotic, okay, so that's the right play from him. Milotic will survive the Z move. Landorus obviously will survive because of the Protect. Yeah, having no fairies on the team is a real problem for this. So we could have just Z-moved the Kommo. He wouldn't have been ready for that. But if it had got faked out, then the Landorus would have been in big problems. So, again, it's just getting these calls wrong. I've just spoken through some of this, so I guess I'm just going to put like a still image on the picture, or over the footage. I guess a crit on the Milotic, which, to be honest, might actually be beneficial for us because it will bring us into the berry range. It might not have done without the crit. Without the crit, jeez, my voice went. So potentially something actually quite useful there for us. So I think I'm going to go for recover on the Milotic, and we are just going to straight up Z move the Kommo slot. I see Clanging Scales. I think we'll survive this with both our mons. We do. So as long as we can outspeed the Kangaskhan, which we don't, it goes into the Milotic though, so that's fine. All Milotic was going to go for there was a recover. We do get the big Z move off on the Kommo, which I believe still kills even after the defense boost. So that's okay. We've got other answers to the Kangaskhan. What do we bring? Amoongus. Amoongus can handle the Kangaskhan. I don't want to bring T-Tar in against it in case it's got the low kick, as most Kangaskhan do. This really needs to KO. Okay, good. I was a bit worried there for a minute that it might not. Sweet. So we bring in Amoongus now. We can go for a Rage Powder and maybe swap out. That's the Articuno. Okay. So if it goes for like a Blizzard or something, then we're going to be in problems. I think what we'll do is Rage Powder and Rock Slide. Rock Slide should KO the Articuno. Yeah, if Articuno outspeeds and goes for a Blizzard and connects on Landorus, then we're in big problems. But yeah, let's see, the Kangaskhan's intimidated, so that's always useful. Rage Powder goes off. Hoping to see an Ice Beam from the Articuno. Double Edge is going to come out, it's not going to do much damage, we'll be above 50%. Yeah. And we see what from the Articuno? Rock Slide goes first actually, so we might just KO the Articuno straight up. No, not quite. We do get a flinch though, which is really good for us. So that means that we're free now to just go for the same plan again. Go for a Rage Powder and a Rock Slide. Articuno might just protect here. Just try and stick around. We could also miss Rock Slide, which wouldn't be very good for us. See another Double Edge. We know that does nothing to the Amoongus. Well, it does quite a lot to the Amoongus actually, but we need Rock Slide to connect here on both Mons. It misses the Articuno. Oh, that's probably going to cost us the game. Blizzard, if it can... Okay, and that's going to KO both Mons. Oh, very unfortunate. So, T-Tar's all we've got then in the back. If the Kangaskhan has low kick, then that's game over. Yeah, so I think what I'll do here is just click Dragon Dance. What's he got in the back? I think we have to click Dragon Dance. We have to be able to try and take out whatever he's got in the back. If Kangaskhan has low kick, then we've lost. Endeavour, that's as good as. Jeez, that's such niche tech. Miss. Okay, okay. Jeez, that's so niche. So niche. When do you ever see Endeavour on a Kangaskhan? If you have Protect here, that would be really nice, because we can just let the Sand KO both of these guys. Unfortunately we don't, so we have to go for Rock Slide and probably miss and then lose, because that seems to be the kind of day that I'm having today. Kangaskhan still outspeeds. Alright. For God's sake. Okay. So that's another loss. We lose to an Articuno. That's great. If the Rock Slide from Landorus had hit, then Articuno would have died, which would have meant that Landorus and Amoongus would both still be alive. But we missed. We also got a flinch, so, you know, it's just what happens. Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay, well, I don't want this to be a double loss episode. What are we at? 19 minutes. It's probably going to be a double loss episode. Oh, that's so annoying. I feel like, what could we have done differently in that second game? If we'd have brought Charizard, we probably would have outsped the Kangaskhan, and we could have possibly won in that end game. Yeah, that's a possibility. Naganadel would have been useless, so I don't feel like that would have been too bad. Yeah, I feel like with that first game, it just came down to getting the calls wrong. I think we definitely had options to win. Our opponent had options to win, and it just came down to, you know, calling what the other player was going to do, and the opponent got the correct calls, and, you know, we just guessed wrong. So that's unfortunate. The second game, the miss on the rock slide definitely cost us. The flinch earlier definitely benefited us. So I think that was just a case of, you know, not really having the good kommo answer. It did a lot of damage to the Milotic and the Landorus. You know, if we had something like a Coco or a Lele, we wouldn't have been in that position. So maybe that's something I need to look at for the team in the future. Maybe swap someone out for a Fairy. Tapu Bulu instead of the Amoongus might be quite good. The terrain would benefit our mons that don't really have the recovery. So potentially something to think about for the future. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed watching me get wrecked, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all my future uploads. And yeah, sorry for the double loss today, that really sucks, but yeah, all that's left for me to say is thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.